all our listeners in the United States, in the Caribbean, in Guyana, and around the world. You're listening to Globespan Television live from New York City. Tonight, we have as our guests three prominent persons, two rice farmers and one fisherman. But before we get to them, I want to make sure that everyone knows that this program is being made available by Mr. Noir Singh and also by our technical directors, Mr. Devin Bissoon and Mr. Ryan Gobin. And I want to also make the cautionary note that all the views expressed tonight reflect those of our viewers or our guests, rather, and not those of the staff or management of Globespan Television. Globespan Television is a worldwide broadcast TV station. It can be heard all around the world. And before we get to our guest tonight, I want to just make sure that our topic is about rice and the fishing industry, how our fishermen are trying to make ends meet, as well as our rice farmers. So we're going to have a broad view of ideas here today or tonight. So I'm hoping that everyone can tune in and listen to us attentively. So tonight we have here one of our viewers is missing. That's Mr. Harris Singh. He's the fisherman, but he's expected to join us very, very soon. So we have Mr. Shiva Mohabir. Welcome, Mr. Mohabir. Mr. Mohabir, welcome.
Yes, good night, Dr. Rose.
And we have also, introduce yourself, Mr. Ardat
Narayan.
Narayan, and he's a fisherman as well. So we have two fishermen here tonight, two rice farmers here tonight, and the fisherman is missing. So let's get started, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Mr. Narayan, since you're new to our program, and since both of you are new to our program, I want you to introduce yourself and tell our listeners who you are.
I'm Adnan, well known as Sham. I'm from Region 2. I'm a businessman, rice farmer. I've been in rice since I was born. That's it.
And Mr. Mohabir?
Yes, I am Mr. Shiva Mohabir. I live in Region 2, Essequibo. I'm a rice farmer from still Somali, take over from father. Until now.
Now, let's speak about the rice industry. The rice industry has been back and forth, but I think now the government has pumped a lot of money into it, and rice farmers are reaping the best of crops in recent times. This is what I've been told. But you, the rice farmers, will be telling me if this is true or not. Now, I want to start with you, Mr. Narayan. How long have you been a rice farmer?
Well, I'm 55 years now. Actually all my life. It's a family and heritage business. So I've been actually from since small.
So your parents used to plant rice, your grandparents used to plant rice too?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And you, Mr. Mohabir?
Yes, the same. I take over from my father from small, from 10 years. And I start with it till now.
And both of you, are your children involved in planting rice?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Now, my next question to you, both of you. You first, Mr. Narayan. Why did you decide to go into rice farming?
It's inheritance is one, and I have the passion for plant rice, and when you goes around and you plant rice, it's kind of, you go in the field, it's kind of attract you, and that give you the motivation. Plus, most of all is that it keep me healthy, it keep me fit, doing the work in the back dam. So that one the main thing that keeps me fit every day, going there and have the passion for see nature, beauty, growing rice.
And would you advise your children to continue or to follow in your footsteps?
Well, yeah, I would somewhat. Still good for agriculture in planting. I still believe that we can move on better as time to come.
So you will encourage your son to continue in your tradition or following your footsteps.
Because the investment already big. The tractors and the machines, implements, and so. So the investment is already big already. So you don't want to throw away the investment.
How many acres of rice you're planting?
I plant 35.
35 acres. Thank you, Mr. Mohabir. You encourage your children to continue in your footsteps. Mohabir, hearing me? I'm not hearing you. You're on mute.
Copyright.
Pardon me? Repeat this. Go ahead.
Yes, I ain't gonna advise them to follow up the rice industry too much because being getting the profit where we used to get like before, the profit margin going down every crop. Because the price remain the same and everything would cost and the production going up.
How many acres?
Profit margin getting
How many
76
acres? 76 acres?
Yes.
And that's all you do? Do you do cash crop farming or just rice?
No, well done. And I'm mining some cows.
Oh, some cows, okay.
Yes.
Now, can you tell our listeners why you decided to venture into rice farming? I know you said because of your parents, but then again, you said you don't want your children to continue. Why is that?
No. Yeah, well, from the time I left school, when my father had to take a land, and I started, well, I was there before in the background with you from since small. And then I buy a tractor when I left school. My father get sick, and I left in that, right? From that was 95. Well, the rice industry at that time was still doing reasonably good.
So the rice industry, you said, was doing reasonably good then. How is it doing today?
And the cost of production keep going up, and the price in going up. The price remain the same. The price for paddy and everything going up daily.
Mr. Narayan, is that true? Cost of production keeps going up?
That is so true. That is so true. Cost of production has elevate far more now.
When you say cost of production, what do you mean? Explain to our listeners what you mean. What's involved in the production of rice?
Like diesel price. Diesel price is 252. That's 1100 and something, 1166 a gallon or something like that. And the lubricant, and pesticide, fertilizer, all have increased.
What's the price for a bag of paddy of rice today?
A bag
of paddy.
Well, paddy determine your grade, no? And I want to elaborate more on the same price for paddy and bag, because if you would have understand, these millers are taking the minimum 160 pounds for a bag paddy. That would be A, B, or C grade paddy. Now, what these millers and the suffering doesn't go only to the farmers alone. It goes to the consumers in Guyana who consume rice, are paying a heavy price for paddy rice that we produce right in Guyana. And I'm gonna give you the breakdown. For instance, one bag paddy would have give you normal 165 pounds. So 165 pounds, you would get, like, you go into the shop, you get one 10 kg bag of rice for the least C grade, 2,500 for one 10 kg. Out of that one bag paddy, you can get anything about 6 10 kg solid rice of the one bag paddy at 165 pounds. They would buy the paddy for $4,000. So if you get 6 at 2,500, that's 6 3 and 3. That's 6 $10,000 they are making on the bag paddy. 10,000 when they sell it locally. At $2,500 for the one sack 10 kg. They could at least they would get 6 10 kg bag out of the 165 pound paddy. Now, added to that, they have in the byproduct, which is the broken rice. They would get at least what 25 pound broken rice. They would get bran from that. That would offset those millers' expense. You get me there? You would offset the miller's expense. So when you do check, even the farmer being shafted, even the consumers in Guyana have been shafted. And I think people must aware about this throughout Guyana, that they have been shafted. The millers have been taking advantage on consumers throughout Guyana for charging so dear for 110 kg sack rice.
Let me ask you the question, Mr. Mojave. If rice today is $4,000 a bag for a bag of paddy of rice, what it was like 10 years ago?
10 years back.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you see, the 10 year back, the price of fertilizer and so was actually far way different to the price of, and we used in 2010, 2012. That time we used to get better, the same 4,000, and we used to buy fertilizer at least about 5,000 a bag and so.
You used to get $5,000 a bag in 2010? That's what you're telling me?
Yes. Yes,
the
fertilizer
price dropped now?
No, the fertilizer price raised.
No, I'm asking you, how much you used to pay for a bag of rice in 2010? Sell a bag of rice for?
A bag of paddy.
Yeah, but we used to get 3, 5, 4,000 and so. The price also fluctuate 3, 5, 4,000 for a bag of paddy.
And today it's 4,000.
Yes, but the cost of production gone sky high in fuel and so. Fertilizer gone 7, 8, 10,000.
But Dr. Rose,
yes.
Sorry, just letting you know that Mr. Singh has joined us as well.
Mr. Singh?
Yes.
Good night, sir, and welcome to Globespan Television.
Good night.
We're very happy to have you here. And since you just joined us, I hope the gentleman will agree with me. Can you just tell our listeners who you are? Give them a background of yourself.
My name is Harish Singh. Since I born and grew, I know about fishing. This is 39 years now I did fishing, working. Also, I'm a boat owner.
Okay. And where do you fish? Along the coastal line, or you go in the deep seas?
I fish in the coastal line and deep too. Depends on where the fish catch.
Now, give us a little background about your fishing strategy. How do you fish? Do you have seine? Do you have cast nets? How you do it?
Well, we have drift seine, the drift net, that drift. And the eye of the net, we use like 7 3/4, 7 6 inch, 5 inch. Them is the net we use. Normally to catch galebacker, snapper, trout, snook, wrasse, mackerel, shark. And sometimes, like when the water is salt, very salt, the fish come to shore. And like when the water brackish, the fish go out in the deep. So we just taste the water, we have GPS and so on to track them, how to work.
Give us a day of your life in fishing. How many hours it takes you to get out there to fish and to come back on shore?
Well, before time we used to do fresh fish, but the fish is decreased so much, you're not gonna catch, you gotta go out and spend days now. Like in 98, when we just go out and fishing, we just spend like actually 3-4 hours coming back. They're like actually about 300-400 pound snapper, sometimes a 200-300 pound galebacker. High water, the boat is barely float to come in, and wrasse and stuff. Now, You can throw about 3 times the length of net. And sometimes you barely catch curry to come in. You barely get, even can't clear your gasoline, worker or nothing.
So you're
So
saying,
that's why now,
go ahead.
that's why now we forced to go out and spend days on the river.
So you're saying fishing is not that profitable anymore today?
Yes, not profitable anymore, like before.
And why? Is because you don't catch enough fish, or the cost of catching fish is more expensive? Which is which?
The cost to go out and catch it, and plus you're not get the amount. You're not getting the amount of the fish.
So fish are scarce now, right now.
Yeah, the fish still scarce now. The fish scarce. You see what happening? The ministry said fish not decrease, and the fish is showing, the fishery is show. But you got fish walk on from different country, what am I bringing into Guyana? So the fish shifting through Guyana. So that's why the fish is show like it in Guyana, but we're not getting them catch that. And we complain about these things several times. Every meeting we go, we complain about it.
And that's your only source of living?
That's the only source. The government said divert to different industry. We are trying to go to a different thing. We'll be victimized left, right, and center.
Explain that.
Well, they said divert to different industry. When I mean different industry, like see different job. Now I trying to do another business with some fish and chips and some other stuff. So I have buy a place now for try to do that, take loan from the bank. When I try to get approval now, is that a problem? You're not getting the approval from the government. But as long as you're a foreigner coming into this country here, you even gotta get documents or nothing. Right away they gone ahead and give the foreigner them. And we born and grow in this country here. We born and grow, and we not getting nothing from the government in this country.
But
We the fisherman.
Go ahead.
We the fisherman so frustrated. Sometimes we don't know what to do. And fish. Sometimes you go out to fishing, you lose your life. Piracy and all kind of things.
But the
But
government has worked to reduce piracy. But did the government give you all a huge amount of money recently to help the fishermen?
It's only friends and company get that money. It's only friends and company. The fisherman, them not getting it. It's like the bus driver, the taxi driver, and the rest of them get it.
Oh, come on and so.
Who is not fisherman get it?
Okay, I'll come back to you just now. Let me go back to the rice industry and where we were. Let me ask both of you this question. How many bags of paddy you get per acre of rice today? Mr. Narayan?
It all depends. Sometimes it fluctuates. Depends to weather condition and so weather condition has a lot to do with your yield.
Average.
So,
give me an average amount.
Average about 35.
35 bags per acre.
Yeah.
And now you plant 2 crops, am I right?
Yeah, 2
per
crops.
year.
Yeah.
Per year. Okay. Now, Mr. Shivnarayan, you said rice is not profitable. But the government has pumped a lot of money into the rice industry. They provide you all with manure or that thing to spray the rice when you have bugs or whatever it is. They have done the drainage and irrigation. They have done a lot of stuff. Am I correct to say that the government has pumped a lot of money into the rice industry? Mr. Mohabir? Mr. Mohabir? You're on mute. You're on mute.
Yes.
I'm saying to you, the
getting
government,
me clear now?
the government has pumped hundreds of millions of dollars into the rice industry of late to help the rice
Yeah,
farm.
they're claiming that they're pumping a set of money, right? But that can't even assist with. They're giving you half our fertilizer per acre, right? And being an oil growing economy now. Couple of years back, they give you the same half bag when we didn't have oil, right? We got oil now, they got some more money every day coming in this country now, and they're gonna still give you half bag fertilizer. And the fertilizer price drop a little now than when then we give you the half bag earlier in the years back. Right? They canal them. They dig in the canal them every year, every crop 3 times, 4 times a year. But then I pay the money for the trench cleaner and clean the canal them. Soon we don't have a dam, they dig out all the dam, shoulder them and so the excavator. And they paying double money for use them excavator, the machine. They cost them triple times. And they only giving the trench cleaner them $65 rad. The other day, minister company cost, he raise them $10 rad. Why is 10? Nowadays, how costs are living high. You get a little child $100, you go ask what you go do with this. That can't buy nothing. What does go get a big trench, they have a family to maintain and sustain, and wife and children to care, and you go give them $10 rad. Come on, that can't work now in this kind of a country where they're in right now. It's an oil growing economy. They track big how Guyana they're right up and the people suffering.
But when they had the flood, the government gave rice farmers a whole sort of money.
No, we didn't get no money. We get a couple bags, and so we ain't get money. The money like can. So when you last some bag of paddy pop on your field, right? Them little money when they give you buy back fuel for. There are little assistance here, but you can't come back on your foot. If you got to take a loan from the bank, but the interest rate not drop there. The interest rate in Guyana very high. Since years back, we tell them bring back the agri bank. Right? Get a farmer, then got money now. They promise that they're going to drop the loan system and bring it to 19%. Bring it back to we ask them to put an agricultural bank. So farmer can access a 5% or so. They say yes, and up to now to the date, nothing happening. So when you get down far like that, you invest some more money in the rice. With this paddy box here, when we get effect with this paddy box, it's 2 part you're getting hit. You're getting hit by the yield and the price. It's double.
Yeah, I was to ask you that. How is the bug affecting the rice today?
Well, the paddy bug, that's the biggest problem we got right now. The biggest problem is that right now. The government is sending going to intervene assets. But then they attack them, give some little bath drugs and tell you so they go spray them. We ask them for aerial spray, well, then they want to get that. Well, we see the whole world going with drone now. So me know what they're waiting for, they're supposed to assist me with some drone. Right?
Mr. Narayan, how the bugs will affect the rice crop this year?
Dr. Rose, before we go on the bug, let me clarify something a little, and let me endorse little to what Shiva Mavir had said earlier. With you asked the question about pumping millions of dollars into the rice industry. I want to bring this thing a big corruption in the industry presently. In 2022, the second crop, the government pumped somewhere around $900 million in fertilizer subsidy for rice farmers throughout Guyana.
That is true.
Now, what happened during the 900 million? They give everybody half bag fertilizer. Fertilizer was being around 9,500 then. Get me clear, 9,500 with 9 million the pumping industry, 900 million. Now in 2023, the second crop, they pumped $885 million in the industry again for fertilizer. And this time they give us quarter bag per acre. The previous time they give you half bag per acre. Now my point here is that just $15 million difference from the $900 million. We get less fertilizer. And the price for fertilizer would have been $6,000 when they pumped the 885 million. So we get less fertilizer for more money. So that is one corruption. Now the government have one maybe their favorite that distributed fertilizer, and I know something went wrong within it, and Indian people are scared to speak out in this country what is going on, especially with this fertilizer. And there's one family in this country who get that contract to distribute that fertilizer, and I think they along with the government, there was some corruption within that system. Wherever they distributed fertilizer was unfair. Now, my point is that why don't you give other people to distribute the fertilizer? Now, give one family. You got plenty distributor in Guyana. Why don't you give them? So the industry is corrupted based on the fertilizer agreement what they give us. Now, come back to the paddy box situation in Region 2 is that there's plenty bug. Rice is actually bare now. Farmers find it very difficult. I have suggestion, but I don't know if they would take my suggestion as the government or what. But the suggestion is that they in some countries use net. Bug usually travel 2 times in the day. Early morning when sun rays and afternoon when sun set. So if you use them 2 times, we can try for eradicate this bug to an extent. But we got other system where we can use. We can use sprinkler along the area that they come from. They feed from west. They go from west to east. So if we get sprinkler at these 2 times, turn it on, we can still eradicate the bug and save. And if you check that we are losing a lot of foreign currency for buy drugs to come to this country when we can do better. And that tells on a foreign currency reserve. And that is happening because presently you know that our foreign currency reserve is going lower. US must be about 225 for one. That was send drugs high. That's a more expense on farmers again. So there's things that they can do. They are just trying for they're trying to deal with the sick at the top. They're not trying to find a way that sick comes from to treat the sick at the bottom. So that is the problem with the infestation of bug. This continue for years. We have oil money. We can do this. We can do this thing. It can be set up, and it can be there for lifetime.
So what
sprinklers along the bank? Because this is ideal weather for bugs. And once rain fall, you got light rain and you got cool condition. We're gonna see this kind of thing happen.
Does it happen every year?
No, it don't come so, but this is ideal time for it. The climate is ideal for it.
So all 3 of you will agree.
And whoever is listening, minister, whoever might be listening to this program, I'm willing to share my expertise in curbing this bug situation. And it can happen. It can happen. We can go village and say, look, we are gonna set sprinkler along your village. You set it. We're gonna put some system where you pump water into it and sprinkle it in when the 2 times in the morning and the afternoon, turn it on, so that these bugs don't travel to the west, to the east. So that is how the bug is traveling from east to west.
So what you're saying, if you sprinkle water in the rice, the bug
you can do
not
that.
be able to. It will affect
drugs inside. And let me get this one clear. It's going to be more environmentally friendly because what happened over time that when we spray our rice wheel, we are destroying the predators that destroy the bug. So if we can do that from one area, we would have predators that would eat up the bug in the field. Well, now what we are going to do, we are going to do heavy spray, and we're going to destroy the predators that eat up the bug.
So by destroying the predators, there's nothing to get rid of the bugs, eat the bugs out.
No.
That's what you're saying? No. Okay. Now, but you all will agree.
I can't know that we don't produce the quality of rice we should have.
But all 3 of you will agree, though, that the government has pumped a lot of money into the rice industry and into the fishing industry. But what you're saying to me, that the money is flowing from the government, but those somewhere in the middle management area, that's where it's not getting spread out to the people. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Get them to the farmer direct. All right.
So somewhere in the middle management area, that's where the money is being, or where the policy is not being done properly. Now, it's something the government should look into indeed, if that's the case. But the other thing though is this: last year? Was rice production higher last year than the previous year?
Yeah. The last crop, you mean, the last crop
Right.
was higher.
And this crop will be higher than last crop?
No, this
I
crop
think this
can't
crop-
be high.
Go ahead, let me hear. Mr. Moabi here.
No, the autumn crop doesn't be high. The spring crop doesn't be high. You don't get the amount of baggage per acre. You don't get yield in the spring crop. You get plenty rain and dew. In the autumn crop, you won't get a yield. It's 2 crop a year, autumn crop and spring crop. So this is the autumn crop. This is spring crop. So you're gonna get it like the autumn crop.
Now, I'm getting some questions from our listeners, but I'll ask
Yeah.
you one question from one of our listeners. They said if rice farmers are struggling and they're not making money, then why is it that rice farmers, they have big houses, they have 2 cars below, they have 2 tractors, they have combine below in their houses? That came from a listener. Why is that then?
Let me answer the one. It's a good question, but those people should know that one of the heaviest indebted industry is the rice industry right now. 80 to 90% of these farmers owe bank. I repeat again, 80 to 90% of these farmers owe bank. You can go to iPad and see how much farmers owe iPad. Farmers is making sacrifice every day. They go to the bank and take loan for plant rice and for buy a car. So that is where they get the money. And there's some farmers might get now, they got the children a help more, they got family overseas a help. We not say that get money out, make profit, but you make a minimal profit that you can survive for live a little more better life. And this industry is so indebted that farmers owe somebody for diesel. They owe for now. These millers are getting fertilizer for grow their rice. So along the industry, it's very, very indebted. Very indebted.
Mr. Harris saying, is it the same thing in the fishing industry?
Same thing.
Fishermen
Same thing in the industry. Same thing in the industry. The fuel price. Just look at the fuel. You got to say actually the largest oil country, and every day fuel keep going up. Where are we going? We are close one industry for open one. You're closing the fishing for the oil. When the oil finish, what would the fisherman do? At the same time, they got to go back in their fishing. So you try to close one to open one. The government need to look more in fishing. Because if they don't do that, the industry will collapse, and I don't know where the fisherman will turn to. Now only you got some fishermen that all want to know fishing, they don't know nothing else. They're born and growing there, and they know nothing else to go into. And no matter what we try to do, I don't know, like the government, what I must say, the previous one, since we know we say for one thing, we got through over and over. Like for since 2010, we was trying to get a co-op farm. As the government has said, go into co-op. We tried to get a co-op farm, we never get through. The other government went in, we tried to get through, we never get through. Till today, now I'm talking about co-op again. We still fighting again to get a co-op as the fisherman will get assistance. So we'll try again. So we didn't know if we could get through or we will never get through. You know?
But if you look at fishermen in other countries, it's very Suriname, it's profitable for them.
Yep.
So why
only Guyana fisherman in counted, you know. Only in Guyana.
Why mean fishermen are counted in Guyana? Who says that?
Well, that's what the government level check it. Fisherman is not counted. Because if a fisherman stand up on the road and them pass, the government pass on the road, he will pass the fisherman and look at the other rest. That's what I see. You know, let me be honest with you. If you how they could talk, if you got now more fishermen, I think, in this country, fight like how this fisherman fight for fishing in this country. Every meeting, even protesting, I try to protest a fisherman. Just to keep the industry going. I born in fishing, I grow in fishing, I don't know nothing more. Every day, fisherman gonna call me. Arish, what we gonna do? What you gonna do? How can we get this thing better? Right now, if I tell you the price of gelbaka and snapper, you mightn't believe. $150 for gelbaka, $300, $400, that is the price. A gelbaka was like 1,200, 1,500,000. I used to go in the bank and sell gelbaka. The gelbaka coming in the country so much. And the government is not doing anything to stop it. I don't know, we discuss, complain these things to them. I know that if you purchase fish in a different country, you're supposed to shift the fish from that country. Don't bring it into Guyana. You carry on, we market here. That's going on.
I had a chat with the Minister of Agriculture, Mustafa, this afternoon. And he told me the amount of money the government is pumping into the rice industry, into the sugar industry, to make the farmers' lives much better and much easier. And the government will continue, he says, to help the farmers and to help the fishermen. But you're telling me that the money don't reach you all. So
that's true.
Where the bottleneck is. Why the money is not reaching you all?
Well, the sugar industry, all time I get triple time the amount. All time I get triple times the amount than rice and fish. The sugar I get triple times the amount.
So, but the thing is, sugar is different from rice, though. But the thing is, the rice industry, as I said to you, and I said to Mr. Narayan, that what our listener says, rice farmers seem to be well off. But he's saying that they're in debt.
Like that, Bar.
They're in debt.
Yes.
So
they're in big debt. And every crop, they're always hoping that thing gonna be better. Right? That thing gonna get a better crop. For the past, let me see, for the couple crop back, but 3 years back, since we get a wet condition, rice farmer I get 25 bag a acre. A large crop is the only crop the yield jump up to 35 and so.
So, Mr.
For the past 2 years, yes.
I'll ask all you the same question. What do you want the government to do more than what it's doing?
For the rice industry, well, at least
for the rice
no, right? They could have
for the rice industry and for the farmers.
Yes, they can assist me better. At least with this paddy bug infestation we got right now facing we. I do the talking and said I'm gonna try to work with farmer, but then I do nothing.
But the minister
then see the R, then I want to give the aerial spray with the plane, right? Let me we not supposed to push then suppose on me internet me see drone all over the world. Drone dominating. Right? Yesterday or 2 days back, we see like they start training people how to use drone, young people. But we they're way back behind the bug that point. We right now. Let me get 2 of the drone and get them in the country. How them I bring other people for train for do other from other country. Let me bring 2 of them for operate the drone immediately. But that the drone me not feel is something hard to operate. About 3 weeks back, we see them the on the net. We see one at the rice board, go on shine paddy. Right? We don't even start using for spray pad. We see them post on the Facebook, they or we see right start assist farmer in spraying. What am I saying? What we? The region 2 then come and give some of them farmers one bottle, small bottle drugs and tell them spray down them dam and so. But that can't help. We keep complaining to them, telling the bug coming from the savannah. The bug coming from the savannah. Y'all do something with the savannah. They must say them are going and see bug in the savannah. Every afternoon, about 4 or 5 o'clock, you see the bug them come over steady. To me point of view, right, region 2, the most of the bug, more bug than anywhere in the country. In region 2, we get the most bug.
And why is that? Region 2, because of the climate?
Because the savanna must be too big. It is savanna the bug coming from. More the weather dry, more the bug coming. When you get less rainfall, two problems we got, water and paddy bug.
Mr. Narayan,
what
would you advise the government to do to help improve the rice industry? And to improve, make it easier for farmers?
Yes, the price range, right? They must say that is a private thing and can the miller take advantage from it. We see that. Well, Mr. Narayan just explained the price for a bag of paddy and the price I'm get for a bag of rice.
Well,
about $10,000 I get for one bag of paddy.
That has to do with globalization and trade. They can't raise the price higher than what is being sold in the world market. That's for sure. But Mr. Narayan, what if you were to advise the government or tell the government something as to how to improve the rice industry and make it easier for the farmers? What would you tell the government?
The first thing you have to deal with these millers. These millers, you got one particular in region 2, the biggest miller in this region, the biggest one. He is taking advantage on rice farmer. We need to be policing these where GRDB comes in here, more to policing this miller. He, for instance, he would buy a paddy for, let me say, get this one clear. You buy a paddy for like $2,700 bag. He might have a 14% damage. And what he give a $2,700 bag for your paddy. And he grade a paddy and he get $2,700. Now you get 115 bag paddy there. Now what you do there now after he don't grade it, he take 10 bag paddy. And he say he take that for penalty. I don't think that is keeping with the Rice Act that he is allowed to take 10 to 15 bag paddy penalty when he already give you $2,700. Now my point is that if he take the penalty, the 10, 15 bag, now you're supposed to reverse back my paddy price and give me back the 4,000 because he was penalized me 2 times now. So I think the government needs to step in on this one particular miller in region 2. I don't know if the other family does it in other region, but he does it in region. The other miller, who is Jagmohan, does it, we have no complaint about him. He does his grading system is perfect, weight, everything is perfect. But this other miller, particular, he's taking terrible advantage. I have evidence that he did that to me. And I think that's where the miller and the government needs to step in and step in right to help farmer better. That if farmer get better grade, that the miller does the right thing. Now go beyond the Rice Act, we would be better industry. And for more, I think they could like how they subsidize for Gaisuko. Gaisuko is a failing industry. We all know that's a failed business. The amount of money is subsidizing Gaisuko. Gaisuko is not bringing back foreign currency revenue to this country. Rice is maybe the second highest foreign currency that comes back in the country. You need to subsidize a little more in the rice industry. All right, look, diesel price is so high. It's been there for 2 years now. Price fluctuate on the world market. It goes up, come down, goes up, come down. I saw the vice president is telling us such a lie about how price they're subsidized on price or what. But he doesn't tell we the truth that whenever they buy the fuel at a lower cost, they don't tell me that. They tell me it's subsidized. And nobody seems like to even understand what he's saying. But the price goes up, but 2 days it's been that one way. If they subsidize on the diesel, look, they subsidize on diesel for the miners. What's wrong to the rice farmer?
But it's true that the government removed.
So I think if they do that can help the industry a bit more.
But isn't it true the government removed the taxes on rice farmers and all equipment rice farmers purchase, they don't pay VAT?
No, that is a lie.
We are here but we don't think so. We not think so because we are the poorest not buying it. We not buying it, but me not think so. Let me get this one more clear. $4,000 they give me for a bag paddy at ABNC. That would have arranged about 4 crop back. Now what the government does is take off the $8 levy tax on the rice that they export. we should have been getting $4,000 before you take off the tax. Now, when you take off the tax, we should have been end up to $5,000 bag. So the millers is having a nice time, a sweet time now. They're enjoying the whatever the government take off. So the miller and the government is actually in bed right now.
Now, let me go back to that. You're saying
something. My colleague Harish, and he made a statement all in fishing. I born in the fishing area, and Harish is trying to tell you that fish has been smuggled into this country from Venezuela. Now, when they smuggle the back into the Guyana, the price actually gets cheap. There's boat that goes outside and buy the gale back and bring it to Georgetown, and that's just where the price goes down low. Even right now, we would have heard the foreign vessel is in Guyana water fishing. Harish wants to get a picture for show that is happening in our water. So then that thing the government might not know, but we don't know if they know, but these are things that happen in the fishing industry. And the other thing that's plagued this fishing industry that the government is downplaying it. Me born where fish comes in since my whole life, right near a fishing port. And I saw how much fish used to come in Lango. And if we would have checked that since Exxon is drilling and oil in our area, that can be the cause, because we know that those FPSO throws out least water out of those FPSO, and it contaminate our water. I feel it still is affecting our fishing industry now, but the government is downplaying it. Right, Harish?
Yeah, well, I must say that the decrease of the fish in them, the decrease of the fish, that what happening in this in Guyana, you have to do with management, right? As this storm trawler what we went to meeting and hear about, them trawler that's supposed to never been walk ashore, Kana. But we got to get a picture before we can talk about it, right? So what I want to say, like, when this isle here, a dry in the Atlantic Ocean, where the fishermen are fishing, the ground have been taken away. You see money been pumping into sugar, rice, different industry. One time I ever know fisherman, a grant come out for $150,000, and a few fishermen get it. The license that fishermen keep paying all this time. We don't have protection out in the river. Recently, one of my boats sank with me inside. I float in the river for 7 hours, calling Coast Guard. My brother calling Coast Guard, mother body calling Coast Guard. No Coast Guard never show up. You know what the Coast Guard know for do good? When the poor Amerindian people going into Morocco and fishing boat going out at the Charity Head for going fishing Pamaru mouth, they know for stop them and order them to give them 5 gallons of fuel. That what they no good for do. And drunk and they all over the place. Fishermen have been counted. I fed up complain this thing here to the ministry, to the fishery department. Every time the minister I tell about these things them. What I feel the government should do, get back to the co-op. If the government say go help the fish industry, and let the things them come through the co-op. That is the only way that fishermen can be benefit a little bit. Because if you go back through the fishery, it's friends and company and bribery again. Corruption to the highest level in the fishery, I must say. You have proof to show, and it's a waste of time. At one time, the Minister of Agriculture say, if some fishermen go for book, for money, and in a get, is a problem. I send the evidence to them. Nothing have been taken from since then. They ignore it. Because what? Party supporter lines? What's a grant going out right now? I talk to the person, people keep calling me. You know what I say? Only party member I get the grant. That's not fair. This is not one Guyana. It's like 2 Guyana. If you stop, well, it's like tell you something from 92. I support this government right throughout. When they got meet anyway and they want fish, I give them. Take our fishing for boost it before election, 2015 election, before then. The minister they call me, I get fishermen. I get fishermen to the boardroom, plenty. When they lose, they never call me back and tell me anything. That's why I divert the different and try to boost the fish industry. But I'm being victimized left, right, and center. You know, fishermen be left out. Let me tell you, left out fishermen I got right in this country. We plan for protest against them, a strike against them again if they can't do something better. Because the industry go close and we can't do nothing. We gonna be starved. Look at the cost of living in Guyana. The government need to carry down the cost of living. Don't boast that we are a rich country and the people keep starving in the country. You know, I just pass wrong, I go all over the place. When you see all the little kids there, hungry, I just try to assist. My friend know. This one here, hard that I can tell you. I just try to share things and give them. You know, they need to do more. They're not doing enough. This industry is all efficient. We are not getting nothing. Nobody what them say them a pump money, they must pump them between their friends and company. He's not coming to the fisherman them. I'm telling you this day. Me is one of the fishermen what throughout this country, what was fighting for fishermen from Essequibo to Georgetown to Barbies all over. Me is the fisherman. Because what? I don't know nothing else except fishing. I went to other country when I see the treatment, how fishermen are getting them country there. I said if Guyana could ever get like that, but me not see like Guyana could ever be like that. Tell you the honest truth. It's hard for me to see what's going on in the industry collapse.
Like we're moving towards that direction according to all official figures. But let me go back to the rice farmers for a minute here. There are different grades of rice. How many grades exist in the rice industry, in the paddy?
A different grade of paddy, not rice. When I mill buy them paddy, A, B, C, substandard, everything, a one grade of rice come out, one quality of rice.
But when you supply paddy,
Different grade of paddy.
but there are different grades in paddy?
Yes, but one standard of rice when I'm a ship. Then I ship A and B and C grade rice.
What are the different grades in paddy? What grades exist in paddy?
Well, then I want them extra, man. Last obviously get the one, nobody not get the one extra. Me ask them to take out the one off the list.
What's it called? Extreme?
Extra A. And that price always about 200 higher, $200 higher, or $100 higher than the normal price. That was the 40, 100, 40, 200. When in A, B, and C, that's 4,000.
And what's the other grade? Or grades?
And then I got sample grades, sample 1, sample 2, sample 3. Then you got a new one come out, you got penalty. That's another grade. So rice farmer really bad. I mean, you know, some of them I invest more, right? So you look like a bright future there, but I mean, you know, where am I get this money from?
So
I mean, I see no bright future, right?
Extra A will get the highest price.
Yeah, but nobody can get in that.
Why?
They will never get that. And you put that there for fool you and say what they will pay for $200 bag, for $100 bag. Me tell them play it, me tell GRD with a few farmers, tell them take off the BMI extra. Some farmers say yes, and he left and left to know. Let me start from E.
So sample 1, 2, and 3. 1 meaning that 1 is higher than 2 and 2 is higher than 3. Of the price
Higher, yeah, but what they do, when you get sample 1, they might take a couple pound more from the paddy and give you the same 4,000. Sample 2, then go take a couple pound more. When you got sample 3 and sample 4, then go still take the couple pound, drop your price, and then they go another thing come out, no penalty. When you go take 10, 12 bag.
let me go this over.
New system.
Let me go this over for our listeners. Sample 1.
Yes. Yeah.
What you said they will do?
Well, if they take they know work with the Maisha, the paddy read 22 Maisha or 20 Maisha, and go take 161 pound, 163. So every street sample one, they go take 165 pound, which you know take a 3 pound move per bag. And they'll give you the same 4,000. Sample 2, they're going to do the same thing to the same procedure. But when you reach sample 3 and sample 4, they're going to take the same pound from you. And from sample 4, they're going to drop the price. Then one will come up with a new system with penalty. You can take from the one, load 700 bag, but you can take about 10, 12 bag.
So what's the price between sample 1 and sample 4?
Well, sample 4 and so go on what time? 600, 35, depends on the factor. How much the percent damage?
And sample
The paddy got.
one is 4,000. Now, let me ask you another question. Rice produces bran, which is a byproduct. Explain to listeners what is bran, how it's being produced from rice.
Well, when the mill the paddy, that's come out from the shell. From the, after the shell, the layer, you got a coating layer there. When it's polishing it, you just get the bran.
And what
Right?
about
When they buy all this paddy, from A till to Z, all mixing up in one bin. Then when they mill, they're going to get a sortex and pick out the damage. That damage is not throw away. Now we go for stock feed. Right?
And what
So
about-
one price them I get for the rice.
and what about boozy? How boozy is being made?
Yeah, well that has come from the shell of the paddy. That's the part from the shell, from the horse.
And all that is being sold to the public.
Every single thing, the shaft, everything, not now throw away from rice. You never see the miller go buy 10,000 bag paddy or 20,000 bag paddy per crop. And not one day you see them say, well, this 5,000 bag, I go and go dump them, or 1 bag or 2 bag, everything a mill and process, and go stock feed and everything and sell. Him to the shaft and sell.
So you're saying the millers are making money
Yes,
from the
extra
rice itself?
money from
Plus-
farmer.
plus the
Plenty
extra-
money.
plus byproducts.
Left out rice farmer part. All the big businessmen in this country and make money off a small man. And the government and them, they work close. Every industry in this country were big. All the industry in this country. All the big investor them. They kill poor people in this country. And the government got a blind eye on them. With that. You see that every day. Not only rice alone. All the big importer them and so they have the business.
So, Mr. Narayan, you have rice planting right now. How long it takes before, when you plant rice, how long after it takes before you can reap a crop? How many weeks, how many months?
100, within 105 days to 115.
Okay. So that's like a quarter year,
Yeah.
roughly.
Yeah, little over 3 months.
3 months actually, okay. And you guys use combine to cut rice, am I right?
Yeah. Combine.
So and when you're cutting rice, do you cut it in the water or you cut it when the land is dried?
Well, not all time the weather was favorable, you. So sometimes you cut in water. Then the dam then deteriorate terrible. And right now our dams is in a terrible bad condition. Very bad condition. Sometimes some machine can't go down in some of the dam right now. Terrible bad.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. What is the most difficult aspect of planting rice? What is the most difficult aspect?
The most difficult part land preparation. If you don't get favorable weather for the land preparation, it's very difficult. Because,
Well, for me, part the paddy bug. For me, part the paddy bug are the biggest problem. Gotta drop your yield and your price everything.
But
Me
paddy
right
bugs-
now, the biggest problem we got right now. Paddy bug.
But paddy bugs don't come every year though.
Well, when we get plenty rainfall, you don't get much. But once the weather is dry, they come in by the millions.
And what,
Every day me go back, me walk, me blow, me kill couple thousand, me kill every day wrong them, me rain them down.
what paddy
We
bug
start
does,
killing them out.
what bug does to the rice? What it does to the rice?
it sucks the milk out.
Look how the milk from the flowering, when you're flowering that time, and then when you start filling, that move bad because when a grain actually full and it suck one spot, the whole grain heavy, you weigh plenty when you go for wait for the damage. If you suck early, you go blow out, your yield gonna drop there. But when you suck at a late stage in the filling stage, the price, because when 10 grain, once actually a whole grain and the buck punch apart in the middle, the whole grain they go clarify as damage. And 10 of that grain will carry straight to the sample.
So when it's here, right, going with a black spot is because bug.
No. But them will clarify right away as damage. You get somebody apart, somebody just get a black spot at the tip, one is 10 party. But them will classify it as damage. Easier for them for grade and put penalty point and classify them as damage.
Now, you all plant 2 crops per year.
Yeah.
This means that if you should rent my land to plant rice, you're gonna pay me so much per acre. You pay me so much per acre twice during that year, or just one time during the year?
No, we gotta pay 2 times for the year. We gotta pay 2 times.
You gotta pay the landlord twice per year because you plant 2 times per year.
Yes.
And how much an acre is rented for?
Well, some people went to 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, I hear all.
$1,000?
Yes. So me when I pay them big money, what profit and come make? Them rice farmer go and start a fight down one another here. You see last crop, you get a little price about it. Night, then there's some of them people also I go behind this one back and say, "Ma, me go give you $10,000, $5,000 more acre." That was another fight.
I know, right? Go ahead.
And still then they're going to still complain and say that they're not getting nothing from rice and they want government to assist them and pay so much rent too.
Let me go back to the boat industry for a second here.
Yes.
Mr. Singh.
Yeah.
There's a saying that there are 5 times the amount of fishermen than owners of boats. Is that true?
5. Yes. They work at them.
So,
You see, I must say, like when as my friend them mentioned that them not getting nothing from the rice. When the rice industry collapse and them not making nothing, they turn into fishing, just like mining. When mining they make nothing, they turn into fishing. So if the fish industry close, what would happen in the country? You would throw out everybody out of a job. And another thing, as you mentioned earlier, the government pumping enough money, yes. But some of the shed, what them bill for fishermen, what is it, 10 million or $8 million? $2 million can build a shed. The other rest money, I don't know where it gone. What shed
you talking about?
They build some shed for fishermen, look after net. Like fish gear.
Okay.
Now, some of this net what them build, the shed that they build for fishermen, some they halfway. Well, I must say in the whole entire country, that what them build is shed for fishermen just because I just stack out the nonsense what the government do. That one bill where my boat and the spark at Hampton Court, he there about 80 rod away from the coca is a white elephant the government built there for them drunkies smoke, I share smoking and drinking passing there. That's what I must say. And before that shed bill, I call the city defense engineer, the regional chairman, the vice chairman, all of them. And I told them they want, we is not a robot to high coca every day for both pass underneath. We told them the shed to build out of the seawall for benefit the fisherman. You're not building for slave fisherman. You're building for making comfort. Slave days done. Me no know they carry back the slave again. It's a white elephant and bill what I say $8 million and $2 million could bill it. I don't know if their eye now open and see. I fed up complaint to them about these things they want to do. They must spend the money waste or less than them get a drawback or something. I know they're going to vex with me, but I don't care. You're talking the truth and you get the chance to talk the truth, talk it. You know?
Mr. Harris, Irish Narayan. Narayan. No, let me go to Mr. Narayan. Before, they used to use people to side the paddy or something. They still do that, or you have machines to do it now?
I get around here. Shy.
Shy.
Yeah.
You're shying, yes.
Yeah. Human still doing it.
So there's been no mechanism or of that. The machine can't do that.
Their mechanism, yes.
Yeah, but I got some machine. But farmer complain the machine break the eye of the paddy and it not germinate, not grow properly.
Because if you have to pay people to do that, you're incurring extra cost. But a machine, it's less cost. By the time the machine is breaking the eye of the paddy, so it don't grow properly. But you don't think mechanization of the rice industry will make it easier for rice farmers and make it more profitable for them?
Yeah, machine will do that. You will make it more easy and cheaper. But we have to look down that road because we are having a shortage of labor now in the rice industry.
Because to spray it, you can use planes to spray the rice.
Well, in fact, they don't want plane. We gotta use drone. We see drone is the best way now.
You can use drones.
Yeah.
To side the paddy, you can use a machine to cut it.
Yeah, they instead of drone to shy the paddy and the fertilizer and spray. The drone do everything. And just the combine we got you.
Right. So it's not much expense in that anymore.
I mean, the price of the drone, they will assist me there with the duty.
No, it should be duty free.
If they give you duty free and what will be the price? Well, a couple of crop gone back, about 2 crop, I see a farmer from Borbis. Say he bought off some Rowan. He bought his drone to 5 million, and you do everything with them. You spray, you shy. We see some bigger one now. Bigger, I mean, know the price. Bigger drone. And in Facebook, I see some big one in other country. But I know the price range.
Well,
but I do a wonderful job.
That's because I was told before that when people plant rice years ago, they used to have cows to walk around to mash it out and to get the paddy. Now now they use combine to combine. But they have not gone to mechanization to side the rice. Combine can cut it and everything else.
Yes.
So if you have mechanization to side the rice, to spray it, then you farmers going to make a ton of money because the cost will be reduced by almost 35–40%.
That's true.
We got to see the price of the drone them and so, and if we can afford the price range.
Rice farmers can come together, 5, 6, 7 of you, and buy a drone, and you can use it in everybody's rice field.
Well, no, we got a problem there. That thing now work with the rice. You got to buy your own drone and rent. And if you want, you can rent out a farm. But
why it wouldn't work?
That thing never work. This one go spray to the end. That one go say you want spray, and you got a problem there.
No, but reason
you buy one personal to yourself and you go rent. That thing never work out. But if what I say, right, they got so much oil money now, right? They can assist farmer with that. The government can buy some. Till the farmer catch himself can afford to buy your own one. And if he can even purchase back the same one from the government. Right? They can assist me that way because plenty.
They can take one day oil money and buy a drone for $51.6 million US. They can take one day oil money. Just one day we ask them for.
Right. If they really want to help farmer, right? I see the vice president, the president, and working on the cost of living, but not dropping in the supermarket. They walk in and sing that overseas price high. Overseas price people are far away. Every day to my mind, they open visa free. Everybody gone from Guyana. All of them are work so hard overseas. They're far away better. So you're trying to say that overseas price high, cost of living high? No, never. If to my mind, they open Guyana free, all body gone. They are a foreign country, Americans, and you
think so?
Yes.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Check every day. You go passport every day. Somebody left to renew or collect. Every day you got a line.
Yeah, let me stick on the racing thing. You know, Dr. Rose, our region is plagued by mismanagement too. I think mismanagement in the water sector is causing big problem in the region. Management of water. And when you look at the management in the region, and you look at the vice chairman, or the regional chairman, or the RU, they doesn't have no idea how rice grow. They doesn't have no idea. And they're the ones who we see for leaders. How can they lead us? They don't know nothing about rice. They will come back again how incompetent the government is, has to have people like that who doesn't know nothing about rice. So we play with the wrong set of people in the industry. This is why the industry can't go forward.
You all are from Region 2, am I right, all three of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, that's Dr. Rose.
Tell our listeners where Region 2 is.
Region 2 will be in Essequibo Coast, the coastal part of Essequibo.
Name some villages in Region 2.
Laima, Hampton Court, Sparta, Devonshire Castle, Watanahal, Better Success Charity, Supanam, Payans, sorry, nobody knows me sorry hospital.
Kingston, Dartmouth.
Beckenham is not in Region 2?
No, Beckenham is not. In Region 3.
Region 3, okay. So Supanam is in Region 2, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
A report of entry.
Okay.
There
So,
was one more thing. The fishery department, what we have here, the government need to hold them accountable for mismanagement. In terms like I was mentioned earlier about these sheds them and other stuff what them build, they need to hold them accountable for them things they see. If maybe the government don't know what's going on, right? And we keep blaming the government. But then again, you come back to the same thing. If we attack for the government here, how would the government here? You know? So this to be able to better the government, to do better in the country now. Get to the bottom soon as you see something going wrong. Who will be fired? Who to be jail? Because when you come to the day, it's taxpayer paying the money. Nobody taking out this money from the pocket. The president is not taking out this money from the pocket. No officer of the fishery department and no way taking out this money from the pocket. It's with the taxpayer money spending to pay everybody working in this country. So the government need to do the right things. And if you do the right things, it is okay. Just for one more thing, fishermen load them boat. Some of them loaded with $500,000 to go out in the river. Sometime when they come in, them barely got $50,000 fish. All the rest gone down the drain. Government now send no assistance. $450,000 last. Sometimes you go there, you lost your net, everything gone, millions of dollars gone. Nothing, fisherman I get nothing. When me boat sink and everything gone, I ask the government for assistance. Nothing. So this thing, you know, we not get nowhere. As the setting of going to co-op, I only hope the government gets quick and put the co-op to action where we can get some benefit and some assistance from. I only hope so.
Well, what I gather from all three of you is that the government probably have some very good policies and is trying to make sure that the rice industry and the fishing industry flourish well in the country. But their policies will hand it down to the people that want to implement the policies That's where the problem is. That's what am I getting from all of you?
Yes,
Yes.
that part of the problem.
Yep.
That is a part.
Yeah, but that was the policy. Some of the policy good, but even though hand down, whenever they hand down, they're handing down to their own supporter. Like recently, they had things to share out to rice farmer, and who you think they share it to? They had millions of dollars. They call the supporter where the support base is, and they hand it to them. They had some
Yes,
large
no farmer don't know about that.
That's what's going on. That's what's going on.
And they've been a whole set of things. Share it to their own people. And presently, me want to say me know for Shiva, but when you speak out, you end up live like when you live on next planet. You like live like on Earth.
Yes.
Because
Everybody vexed you. When you speak the truth.
I hope that on this program when you come victimize me, because my point is I'm being constructive here. I'm telling where you err, fix it.
Yeah, then I want to hear the truth.
Well, I'm sure somebody listening to you all, and I think you all are reasonable. Nobody here is anti-government. You all are explaining the problems in the fishing industry,
Right.
problems in the rice industry. And if they're listening, then they should really take some steps, because if you're making good policies at the top, but when it reaches the people them to implement these policies, and any public policy expert will tell you that these are the people who will divert the policies to their own ends, or do whatever they want to do with it to make sure that it doesn't work for the majority of the people. Whereas the government wants it to work for the majority of the people, but they want it to work for their friends and family and so forth, which it happens. It's happening in almost every industry. People are saying this. So if the government is listening to you, the government should take a more hands-on approach to whenever they make a policy, get someone to double check to see how the policy is being implemented, and let a person make sure that they call upon a person to implement it the way it was designed to be implemented, and not just anybody just taking it and turning it into their own, whatever they want to use it for. So I think that's a good strategy. If nothing else, that should be the takeaway from tonight's program.
Exactly. Yeah. And I want to make one valuable point to endorse a little what she was said earlier, that we need, if you would have checked that, I remember growing up, there was an agri-bank. A little boy growing up, my father used to go and take loan for agri-bank, repay whenever he caught or whatever. That was there until I realized that when the PPP, I think, got into power, they removed the bank. And we don't want to remove. But now we are asking them to bring back the agri-bank at a very small interest rate, so that farmers can save money, then go pay 15–20% at the bank them, and give you a small percentage. Like look at the plan they have for the housing sector. Do it for agriculture purpose. If you want to produce more, if you want to be the breadbasket of the Caribbean, we need an agriculture bank. We need it. We need it. We have oil money. If you can even set up a couple of farmers and say, look, we are establishing you at a bank. You all manage it. In every region, you can do that. It can happen with a small interest rate. Why we have money can do that now? It's not like we have look for taxpayers' money to do that. We have oil money. We can start with a little somewhere. Look how IPED started, small amount from the PL480 flour money what they receive. It's similar. We can start the same way with the rice industry too, and it would help farmers tremendous. We might not even need to be on a program for blame government or anything.
We actually coming to the end of the program, but let me ask all of you: how is the drainage and irrigation in the rice industry? Is it good? Is it okay?
For me, it's okay. I want to complain on it.
They need to work more on it, because it slows them, not for black up. They need to work more on this loose.
So all in all, then, is that the drainage and irrigation system that is in place, it's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Not to the best. They need to pay the trench cleaner them more money. They gotta raise the trench cleaner them money. Because the trench by them a month after them finish judging them or cleaning them out. A month after they're back the same way again. The trench cleaner them money need to double up. Or nobody ain't gonna clean the trench him. They can all them. And all abandoned. I was going to tell you when I carry machine, the machine are widen the trench him I go every time. Soon we don't got them.
That Rose, Ryan also Shiva Mabir added to the trench cleaner. What happens is that people in the region is getting the contract, the top people them, and subcontract the trench to the trench cleaner them. So they get small amounts. So you will find the problem of trench cleaning would be a little slow because they subcontract it.
Okay. Well, you know, these are things that the government will have to look at and make sure that when they give someone a contract, the person or persons are qualified enough to do the job and not subcontracted to somebody else, because that seems to me like a scheme. And I hope the government will look into these things. And as I'm saying again, no one here is anti-government. I haven't seen that.
I see it constructive.
Pardon me?
I see it constructive.
I see you all as being very constructive and objective, and are laying out the policies that are affecting you all in the rice industry and in the fishing industry. And I think anyone listening to the program should observe and take steps to correct these. And these are not big problems to be corrected. They're small problems.
Well,
you know, these things will be corrected overnight.
Lend assistance any day. I'm willing to assist the government in any way for work along with the fishing.
Yeah, these are not major problems. They can be corrected overnight. Just make sure that when you pass a policy, make sure that you have some inspector to make sure that those who you give it to implement, it's implemented the way it is meant to be, and not the implementers using it as their own way to support their own friends and their family and so forth. That's what you all are saying here, and that's what I'm getting from you all.
Yes.
Anyway, gentlemen, we come to the end of the program. Mr. Narayan, can you issue your closing statement?
I said is that I love this. I love development. I love development. Whenever government rule, I love development, and I like to see my region develop more. Because when you look at, we had a budget for $1.4 trillion. I haven't seen nothing like that has been happening in my region. Not of that sort of money to compare to our budget. I see nothing is happening in our region 2. Even for the rice industry, I see nothing. When we do look, you see most of the things happening in region 5 and region 6 for the rice industry. Not region 3, nor region 2. And that's my close. I just want to see something more happening for our rice industry in region. I like to see something more for rice. That's it.
Mr. Hardat? No, Mr. Shiv Mohabir?
Yes, well, what me must say, I like rice work, right? I like to be working hard in the field because it's a good exercise for me, but they keep me fit. And I don't want to get rid of the rice industry. I don't want to come off, right? Me try, but the young generation today, we see that they're going to follow up rice. And the government need right now to assist with this paddy bug. They need to do something better. The best way to me is to get it drone them and start. I go assist them to with marketing, right? Because when the yield drop, we ain't gonna get the amount of rice to produce for the world market demand, right? So they're gonna help themselves. Then in that a case that we're gonna lose, we ain't gonna gain back from the rice, like sugar. They're gonna put nothing at the end of the year.
So you think drone is a solution to the problem, a part of the problem?
Yes, a part of the solution for the paddy bug right now. Then I get straight to the point. Then they can say, well, and do something. That time we'll tell farmer again, 2 little bottle drug, and you go spray down the dam and see what you go do. Then got money now, can do that.
Okay.
Right? They got billions of dollars coming every day from oil. Yes. So that is my point.
Mr. Harris Singh, you're the only fisherman
I
here.
want to say, President Ali, I need you to do something better for the fishermen them, look into them problem, assist them, that we can and stop the fish smuggling. That's what we want you to do for the fishermen them. Let me have a better fish industry. Investigate the matter, look into it, and it will be better for the fishermen them throughout the entire Guyana. Thank you very much.
We have come to the end of the program. Again, I want to thank Mr. Noir Singh for making this possible, and Mr. Devin Bissoon and Ryan Gobin, our technical directors, for producing the program here tonight. We also want to thank all our listeners for listening. I had a number of questions from you all, but I just did not want to ask our guests those questions because in a technical way, they answer all your questions if you listen to them carefully. And most of all, I want to thank our sponsors because without them, we would not have a program at all. Again, I want to thank Mr. Harish Narayan, Mr. Hardat Narayan, Mr. Harish Singh, and Mr. Shiv Mohadir. Gentlemen, it was a real pleasure having you all here, and I hope sometime in the future, I'll bring you all back to make sure that if there are any changes in the next 6 months or so, you all be able to tell us what are those changes, and if they're good, then the rice industry will be in good hands. So thanks again for being here tonight, gentlemen, and it was a pleasure having all of you. Thank you.
Pleasure, Doc. Good night.
Thank you very much.